You should never engage another energy and come straight to your altar. This is why you should never go and have sex and come straight to your altar. It doesn't matter whether you are married or not married. You immediately go into the shower, take a quick wash down, not hot water, cold water. Okay? Don't use hot water. Use cold water. Don't use sea water after sex. Use river water after sex. Don't go and touch sea. Don't use rainwater after sex. Use river water or tap water, cold water. Don't use hot water, right? So the minute you have that, you wash down. The water works its magic, goes into your pulse, goes into your cell, rejuvenates everything about you. All the vulnerability goes out of the window. You're strong again. So sex is a very beautiful thing, but at the same time, it makes you vulnerable. Change your clothes, wash your clothes, possibly change your bed sheet. Don't sleep on the same bed sheet. You get vulnerable. I got a next question. Thank you for your questions. I love them because they help me know exactly what's going on in your head and whether all the teachings that I've been doing all this while, you're catching up to it or not. So I got this question that it's a two-part question. First and foremost, the person wants to know if sex before marriage is sin or it's a sin. And then what do you do if it's a sin or sex in general is a sin? What do you do after sex? I've said it time and time and time. Sex on its own is not a sin. There's nothing sinful about sex. Having intimacy, intercourse with one another. Without sex, there's no reproduction. It's a law of nature. Without sex, there's no reproduction. Sex is a beautiful thing. Sex is something that every male and female organism or being should engage in, should indulge in, because it's the first key to reproduction, right? Yes, we have certain living organisms that necessarily are two in one. They are two sexes in one, so they can reproduce themselves. An example is the starfish that can separate itself and continue to live and grow, separate itself, continue to live and grow again. That's the starfish as an example. So the starfish does not necessarily need anybody to grow. But unlike the starfish, there are every other living entity, living organism, every other being on the face of the earth needs sex or needs sexual intercourse or needs sexual intimacy. Sexuality is just two sides, the male and the female side coming together as one. That's sexuality. Male and male does not reproduce. Female and female does not reproduce. Do you understand? So forget about modern science and what modern technology is doing or modern science is doing. But that is the natural way of things. That's the natural order of things, okay? So now, sex on its own is a beautiful thing. When you go into sex, you should enjoy it. You understand? It's a beautiful thing. It's like I'm saying, it's intimacy between two living organisms. So you should enjoy it. You should embrace it. And there are many levels of sex. You understand? We have, of course, the physical intercourse where the male penetrates the female and all of that. That's the general scope of things. But there's another sex beyond this physical one where just the male and the female are having intercourse. So there is that. Then we come to the appropriacy of sex, the timings of sex. Of course, you don't expect two 9-year-olds to start having intimacy and start production. You don't expect that to happen. You understand? What you want to see is what? Matured male and female. As in what maturity is, age doesn't matter. Because maturity is not about age, right? So matured beings, living beings, male and female, coming together to conceive, to reproduce. And not just reproduce and bring an offspring and leave the offspring to be, but actually take care of the offspring. So it's a decision that two people come together to come and do so that they can go ahead to reproduce. The decision has to be two. It doesn't have to be one. So all these people out there trapping people, I'm trapping him with a baby, I'm trapping her with a baby, all these things is selfishness. because it's an agreement of two. And along the way, it will break. It wouldn't last forever. Anyway, that's not a question. Let me move away from that. So it's not a sin to engage in sexual intercourse. It's not a sin. Not at all. Absolutely. It's a beautiful thing. Enjoy it. It's the appropriacy of sin. Appropriacy of sex. The right time to engage in sex. Because what it is that in spirituality, the minute you have intimacy with a man, with a woman, is considered marriage. You don't have to go and see the parents. You don't have to go and see the man. The minute there is intimacy, it's considered as marriage, right? In the family sense, in the cultural sense, of course, you have to go and see the parents and do the necessary thing. But in spirituality, the minute you engage in sex, that is why it is not advised to just get up around and sleep around. Or to just get up and sleep around, just sleep with anybody you see. It's not right. Your energy reduces. Your sense of being reduces. Your energy reduces. It, in the long term, affects your lifespan here in this dimension. Just sleeping around, doing anything. It even affects your glory. So you see a young, beautiful girl, a young, beautiful man. Before they have sex, they look very beautiful. They glow. The minute you see them, there's this genuineness about them. There's this beautiful thing that grabs your attention, forces you to get close to them. It happens. But here's the thing. The minute that happens, you know that, okay, this and this and that is happening. You understand? The minute all that glory begins to shut off, the minute the countenance changes, the minute the face, the skin texture changes, the minute the confidence level changes, you know something has happened. Either the sex makes you immensely very confident in yourself and feel like you're mature, or totally drag you down in the area of rape and all of that. It kills the confidence, right? But it's a beautiful understanding between two beautiful people. It raises your confidence because you know you've shared something that only the two of you have. You get what I'm saying? So sex on its own is a beautiful thing. You should engage in sex when you are right, when is the right time for you. Then again, if there's the issue of multiple marriage where people feel like I want to live with more than a single woman, right? Polygamy. There's nothing wrong with it. But you have to let all the women know that this Sister A, Sister B, Sister C is the people, Sister D, Sister E are the people I'm engaged in. Let everybody know. Don't do that in a secret. Once you do that in secret, it becomes evil, right? Let everybody know this is what is happening, this is what's going on, so that all of them embrace each other and help each other. Right? This is where you see each other braid their heads, each other cook meals, each other do certain things that you see that it looks beautiful, right? They work together as one, raise the children in the house, they build a home, they make sure the man is protected, the man is covered, they make sure the man is groomed. You understand? They protect the man, they pray for the man. That's a whole beautiful dynamism to it. You understand? Then we come to the case of just sleeping around. You don't got to do that. Where you just do, you're reducing your energy levels. Once your energy levels reduces, your productive level reduces. It's just like somebody on weed. Once you're on weed, you're never consistent in your decision making. And I'm not here to offend anybody. Once you are on any, that's the word for it. What's the word for it? Or anything that stimulates. Once you're on any stimulant, it makes you indecisive. Today you want to do this, tomorrow you don't want to do this. Today you're aggressive about something, tomorrow you are going on this. You're never conclusive in your decision making. Please don't come and attack me. If you smoke weed, if you take coffee, if you take anything that stimulates you and you become addicted to it, you're never constant with your decisions. You're always indecisive, always going here and going there, right? It's the same thing. When you become a sex addict, nothing of yours progresses. Everything is wavy. It's going here today, it's going there tomorrow. I want to do this today. You want to do that tomorrow. I'm climbing up today. Tomorrow I want to do something that you never focus. You understand? Then there is this thing about sex where it doesn't matter. Whether it's a single partner, it's a multiple partner. It doesn't matter whether, no matter what it is, once you engage in sex, that instant, you're vulnerable to every spiritual weapon. That instant, the minute you have sex, you're vulnerable. Physically, you're vulnerable. Why do you think the women approach the men the minute they have sex and start having certain conversations with them? That's when they start making their demands and all of that. Physically, you're vulnerable. Psychologically, you're more vulnerable. Spiritually, you're vulnerable. For example, if you're protected by any energy, or you have a talisman around you, or you've gone to a shrine, or you come to our shrine, like I keep saying, our shrine is under construction, a lot of work to be done, but we're still building. I need your help. This is why we're putting the packages out there, so that you can be a part of this beautiful history in the making. Listen, it will blow your mind. You haven't seen what we're doing. I have seen. The team around have seen. It will blow your mind. But anyway, support us build. Thank you for your support. Everybody sending in $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, $10,000, $100,000. I'm so grateful. We're going to do this, and the world is going to see our efforts, okay? Now, back to the subject. The minute you come to the shrine, we do a particular talisman for you, or we do a particular ritual for you, or we do a particular thing for you to go with. The minute that happens, you should know, the minute that happens, you should know you should never touch that particular talisman when you've just had sex, because you destroy it. You understand? You should never engage another energy and come straight to your altar. That's why you should never go and have sex and come straight to your altar. It doesn't matter whether you are married or not married, because it makes you vulnerable, both psychologically, spiritually, and physically. Your cry is another dimension, unless you know the secret behind sex, which I'm not going to teach now. Unless you know the secret behind sex, where you use your cry and you use sex as an entrance, as a gateway to activate another realm, where you use the male or the female physical body to do whatever it is. But I'm not teaching that now. Now, what is happening is that the minute the sex happens, you are vulnerable. So quickly run into the shower, wash down. Yes, just go into, the minute sex happens, go into the shower. Because if you think, oh, I have this spell that protects me from accidents, you're going to have sex, sit in the car, boom, accident happens. What happens? You say, oh, the shrine didn't work. You came to Yamikesu Club, you came to our shrine. No. It's because of the sex. The sex have neutralized it. That's why you immediately go into the shower, take a quick wash down, not hot water, cold water, okay? Don't use hot water, use cold water. Don't use sea water after sex. Use river water after sex. Don't go and touch sea. Don't use rainwater after sex. Use river water or tap water, cold water. Don't use hot water, right? So the minute you have that, you wash down. The water works its magic, goes into your pulse, goes into your cell, rejuvenates everything about you. All the vulnerability goes out of the window. You're strong again. Now your juju is working. Now your talisman is working. Now you can go to the shrine. You can do whatever it is. But don't engage in sex, because you open up yourself to the woman, and the woman also open up to the man. Whatever energy is between the man and the woman, you bring it straight to the altar. The God at your altar may not like that energy. A lot of things are released during sexual conduct, which I can't say now because most of you are not ready for that. Teaching that's like a very high, deep spiritual stuff. But make sure you hit the water, okay? In the minutes where you've had sex with your partner, let me say this. Your partner can use your physical body to go and do things. Yes. Your partner, you can be lying down, but where's your physical body? And goes around with it. Travels, do stuff, spiritual stuff with it. So sex is a very beautiful thing, but at the same time, it makes you vulnerable. That is why as soon as you're done with sex, rush to the bathroom. Don't wear the same clothes you use for sex again right after sex. Don't do that. Change your clothes, wash your clothes, possibly change your bed sheet. Don't sleep on the same bed sheet. You get vulnerable. You understand? So if you take your shower, don't come and sleep on the same bed sheet. The minute you wash down, you don't lie on the same bed sheet. you change the bed sheet, because once you lie on the same bed sheet, you're vulnerable. I hope this has blessed somebody. I hope this has taught somebody something. Like I said, there are very different frequencies. Frequencies, I'm tired. Hard work, right? Certain frequencies, there are certain levels to this, which I'll teach later, but not now, because most of you are not ready. So the quick thing you do right after sex, hit the shower, cold water, not hot water. Cold water, not sea water. Cold water, not rainwater. River water, tap water, well water, borehole water, good for you. I love you guys. See you in the next one.